Leche.
Introducing PubCoin. PubCoin is the rewards program for pub sports contributors. Regular chat contributors share their play of the day, POD, in the YouTube chat, including the phrase POD in their message. At the end of the week, the amount of units earned are converted into PubCoins. PubCoin can be used as reward points for prizes, shop discounts, and contests.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's Mills here, Pub Sports Radio. Do you guys want to challenge the personalities here at Pub Sports Radio? Do you guys think you're better than them at entering in your MMA predictions and picks? Would you want to get paid for it? $100? Here's how you do it, man. You sign up right here at the link below. It's just this easy. PubSportsRadio.com. Enter your email. Pick your weekly picks. That's it. Oh, and you get bonus points if you can predict how they're going to win in what round. Every single week, a new winner's getting crowned. So every Saturday on Pub Sports Radio. So come on and check us out. You can win $100 just for signing up. Only thing you need to do is see if you can beat us here at Pub Sports Radio by entering your UFC predictions and picks weekly. Do it. I dare you. See you guys soon.
Your membership to Gold, you will be automatically entered in every horse race, every Wednesday and Friday. It is time to race horses. We are racing camels today.
Shout out to the Gold members. We're racing in San Antonio immediately here. And we're off. 2 minutes, 74 canals on this racetrack. It's wide. We're racing in San Antonio.
Matt Wally moving forwardly. Jeff Slaughter in the mix as well. And as is Randall Sheffield, who's put that beautiful nose out front.
But it's actually real grass here, Jimmy. Maybe Kentucky bluegrass. Oldie, no! There he goes. There he goes. Oldie in the lead now. K. Wolf falls back. The horses love it. Sometimes they stop and eat it on the way to the finish line. That's why your horses start so far in the back. Here. Oh, look at Nuss Flush Allen bursting out here. J-Dub in the mix. Rude Boy up here as well. Jimmy, take it away.
There's Oldie. Oldie is moving to the front. We are past the halfway mark in our 2 mile. And there's Ricky Levy.
Oh my goodness, he's in the mix here. Jimmy, take it home. This is our first dog race ever.
19 seconds left in the horse race here. It's Fernando Mendoza trying to find the wire. 14 seconds left. Can Fernando Mendoza take this home? Here comes Kenny Can. Kenny Can wants a piece of the pie. Put his schnoz up front. Ricky Bobby, 9 seconds left. Can Donut Silks make a run? Can Res Mall make a run to be $50?
You son of a bitch!
Here comes Tori Coker. Kenny Can Smoke and Mirrors. Director 97 home. That is great. Here comes Jason Meyer, the Eldorado Custodian. Billy Friedrich. Jones one. They're all coming down to the finish.
Coin! Nowhere!
Oh no! Fanatical Jim!
Get 'em, Jimmy, where Loshak at? The bottle's getting empty, I'm the cracking, we stacking. Chips, all of this, what I want, plus money winners, that's what I'm on. You can say I'm gone, I prefer elevated Pub Sports Radio. Time to get educated, who can produce, pay the juice, letting loose with so much abuse that the bookies wanna call the truth. They getting slaughtered, can't forget Jeff and Low Baggers in the chat. That's a legal weapon, cause we lead. Oh yeah, pubbing. We be pubbing!
Yo, hello everyone. Welcome to Pub Sports Radio. My name is Peter Loshak. Today is Tuesday, November 5th. We got the election right now. Everyone's voting. Everyone's voting today. You know, I mean, and then whenever people say like watching my show is pointless and a waste of time, I'm like, yeah, but not as pointless and a waste of time as voting. And I'm sure you vote, right? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, all right, so shut the fuck up, okay? Welcome to Pub Sports Radio, everyone. We got a very short slate today. We got Mr. Gokster, as always, for just 30 minutes, cover 11 games. So we're going to have to go in real fast. And then we're going to do a little college football. And then I think we're going to be out. So let's not waste any more time. Mr. Gokster, you back there?
What's going on, brother?
All right, Mr. Gokster. I don't even know. I'm trying to post a friggin' link to this, man. This is really a Mr. Gokster, a little bit of a NHL handicapping diva over there, being like, I got 30 minutes. You know what I mean? I saw Snoop Dogg once say, I get $250,000 for 1 hour, so make it. That's what you're like. That's your little Snoop Doggy in your time demands, but it's okay.
I heard you was in New York with Ice Spice last night, the other day. Did you catch that, Pete?
What'd you say? What happened?
Snoop Dogg and Ice Spice were downtown New York, I guess, right on the square. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. Sure. I saw it. All right. No more bullshitting, Mr. Gokster. I even have to post this link. Let's get into it. We got 11 games. You ready?
Do it.
Sorry, we just got to run. Everyone in the comments section, no bullshitting because we only got 30 minutes. First game, Ottawa-Buffalo, roughly even on each side. And, Ottawa is off of a shutout home win. They had some losses before that, but they were tough assignments. And in general, they seem pretty good to me right now. Buffalo, also off 3 losses, but those were also a bit tough and a bit close. So Buffalo seems not too bad as well. I was leaning Ottawa, maybe first period over, and maybe an over buying to 6. Both of these teams are, have been struggling a bit recently, but I think that they're probably a little bit better than what we've seen from them recently. So I don't necessarily want to bet against either team right now. What do you think, Gogi?
I like your over in the first period, Pete. I got a lot of plays on this show, guys. I got 5 plays that are going to be first period, both teams to score. Been hitting those markets pretty well, Pete. So plus 150. We're going to start this one off. Senators, Sabres in the first period. You got Allmark and Lukokonen, who are, they're not bad goalies by any means, but 3 games for Allmark, 5 for Lukokonen. They both have save percentages that are below 900 and goals against that are above 3. Benson, he's one of their top 2 players, our top 2 line mates. He's going to be looking like he's going to be back on the team here, Pete. They're completely healthy, Buffalo. I would look out for Buffalo in this game. I wouldn't be all over Ottawa here. They're coming off of really 2 big wins, 8-1 against St. Louis, 3-0 against Seattle, lost 2-1 against the Rangers, 5-4 against Colorado, 6-4 against Vegas. So they've been a scrappy team, but defensively still, I think they're a little bit of a liability. They're 1-4 though on the road. They're not exactly not beat up teams on the road. 15% power play, 72% penalty kill. I just think we're going to get goals early here, especially Buffalo, Pete. They've lost the last 3 games. Pretty much a healthy team, getting back Benson, one of their younger, better players on their team. So I wouldn't talk anyone off Buffalo here, but I'm going first period, both teams to score at plus 150.
Yeah, I was thinking about the first period over as well. I haven't even had a chance to pull this up here. Wow, it's down to 6 now, the total. What do you think about what's going on there?
It's because the goalie's Allmark. Yeah, like his numbers aren't the greatest. People are probably still betting on the fact it is Allmark. He's played Montreal, Vegas, Colorado. Luke Hogan, on the other hand, Devils, Kings, Florida, Dallas, Detroit. Those are some tough teams. I just think early, I don't know about the full game, but early here, Buffalo's going to come out. I think they're going to score. And then the other side, Ottawa, they got 3 lines that can match this. They're missing Zub on the back end, but other than that, Pinto is also out. They've been fine without him. So I get why it's leaning to the under just because of the goaltending, but the first period, I just expect Buffalo to push the pace on Ottawa. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a goal even the first 10 minutes if you guys want to bet that.
That's what I was thinking. I was leaning Ottawa, maybe first period over and over at 6. But we're going so fast, I don't even know what I want to make officially yet. Next game on the card, Boston, Toronto. God, hopefully we can get you for like 45 minutes or an hour, Gogi. Boston off 2 straight wins, right? Both shutouts. Boston was, underwhelming to start the year. Swayman with that big contract. We know all about that. Now, 2 shutouts, 2 straight wins, and Toronto off of 2 road losses. In general, I think of them as every year, going back decades, as overvalued at home. They've been a bit underwhelming in general, but this is a big favorite line in light of what these 2 teams have done recently. I was thinking that maybe leaning Toronto and leaning the over here. What do you think?
Well, Austin Matthews is going to be out of lineup, Pete. Did you hear that? Okay.
No.
They don't have their captain here. I guess something happened. He's not going to be playing there.
That's why the line is now in the 120s and down to 5.5. There you go.
Okay. Exactly. And you know what? Late play for me last second before the show. I just added the Bruins. I think whenever I'm seeing the centerman here for the Leafs is Domi there, Max Domi. It's just that's a slow player. That's not a guy that's exactly going to be dishing the puck. His line mates here, we got quickly Knives and Marner, second lines Tavares, Nylander, Pacioretty. Lower scoring games in the works. Also, Toronto's lost the last 8 games against Boston, guys, in regular season. So they can't beat this team with Matthews. Why does it make me think they're going to win without him? And then you're getting a plus 125 line. This line's probably going to be even money, or maybe even minus 110 on each side, or close to it, I think, by puck drop. So, and then, like you said, the goaltenders are playing really well. Shutout from Swayman and then Korpisalo the game before. Bruins feel like they're live here in a lower scoring game. Even maybe Toronto team total under 2.5. That sounds like it's in the works too.
Nate Dogg likes Toronto money line, Nylander to score. I'm liking Toronto as well. Now I like it almost even more with Matthews out. The nasty Nate. There you go. Shout out nasty Nate. Bruins smash. All right, let's move on. But I might make a Toronto official after you go. We'll go over every game after Gogi leaves. Next game, Calgary, Montreal. Right, Calgary lost 5 of 6 now after a great start. Everyone in the comment section, tell us what you think about all these games. Then we'll review when we let Gogi go. Calgary lost 5 of 6 after a great start, but that bunch of 6 games was against a tough slate of teams overall. Montreal, in general, not so good. They're going to get their wins here and there, but they've lost 3 in a row, and I think that's for real. I think it's a good spot to take Calgary. That might be a total sucker move here, but I was leaning Calgary. What do you think?
This is going to be one of those first period both teams to score here, Pete. Calgary, they're coming off of they haven't been winning. They've lost 5 of the last 6. Shutout against the Devils. Game before the Oilers. So this is a team that I think is going to, both of these teams, it's fire and fire in my opinion, Pete. I think Montreal, they only have Harvey Pinard and Ryan Backer out. They're getting a couple guys back in the lineup here. And then looking at the Flames, they're completely healthy too. So this is goaltending wise. Wolves had 1 game starter for the Calgary Flames. He's 0-1 with an .820 save percentage, allowed 5 goals against Utah. And then Montembeault, it's a question mark between Montembeault and Primeau. Both these goalies have not been the greatest so far at home. Give me the over, Pete. First period, both teams to score plus 140. Wouldn't be surprised if this game gets to 7 goals by the end of it. 2 desperate teams.
Okay. And everyone, I just made it an audible. We will go over every game quickly, just to review what Mr. Gokster had to say and what you. Yeah, let's see. Saturated says you can do it. I think Gogi is sandbagging. Look. He's got the Riz. He can do whatever he wants. All right. I don't know. So you don't like Montreal? You don't like Calgary here? A buy low spot on Calgary?
No, I don't. I think Montreal here coming off 3 losses, Pete. They're getting a little bit healthier too. Yeah. Calgary they haven't been scoring, but they're playing Montreal here. Came off at 1 good win against the Devils. I think there's going to be goals here.
Okay. Yeah. All right, next game on the card, huge favorite, Philly against Carolina. Philly is off of a shutout loss. That was one of the losses to Boston, I believe, right? They had won 3 or 4 before that, but before that they had been pretty bad. So we know Philly has Torts as the coach. In general, I feel like they're going to be overvalued, but they're going to have their spots. Don't love fading them as a huge dog. Carolina, though, rolling, right? 1-6 in a row. But their last 2 wins were big for Carolina, right? There was a home game where they scored 8 goals, and then they went up against Washington, another on-fire team, and Carolina just dominated them, right? They beat them on the scoreboard and all the peripherals and everything. So 2 big games for Carolina. I was thinking that, and I know that this guy Kolosov is going to be, I believe, the goalie for Philly because Ursan is injured. I was maybe thinking about an under and buying to 6.5. I don't want to take Carolina here. Can't really take Philly even at the big line. I was thinking about under, buying to 6.5.
Yeah, this is a tough one here. Carolina, you said the spot was awful against Boston. They came off 6 games on the road over out west. They beat Boston coming back home 8-2. Next game out after 3 days rest, they beat Washington 4-2. So they've really been playing some good hockey here, scoring at least 3 goals every game and filling the other side. They're not playing bad. It's just the makeup of this team. It's tough to tell. I actually don't mind their line. The Flyers team. They got a lot of young up-and-comers here. on this hockey team. It's just Kolosov. It's going to be his first road start too, Pete. So I don't know what I'm going to get from Kolosov. Anderson's going to be out. Question mark 2, is it going to be Kochetkov? I saw possibly Spencer Martin, who's more of an AHL goalie. That's would be like their third string goalie. He could possibly be starting here too tonight. So I have a lean to the under, even maybe first period, Philadelphia possibly here to just kind of sneak one early here on Carolina, who's been, playing great hockey. But yeah, I think possibly here, guys, Philadelphia early. It's Michnikov, Pete, second liner, Bobby Brink as well, Owen Tippett. Like, they got a lot of young studs here. It's just they don't put it together for whatever reason. But first period kind of does feel live for the Flyers.
I think I know the reason, but we won't get into that right now. I'm going to make this an official play. I'm going to take the under 6.5 minus 126. You can probably go ahead.
It makes sense. It's just Kolosov, as long as he doesn't allow 5 goals or get pulled here.
Right. But I mean, hopefully Torts will make them protect him. You know what I mean?
That's what I would think. And then, what? Here's a good stat for you, Pete. 88% penalty kill too for the Philadelphia Flyers. Yeah. So you're going to need that against Carolina. So yeah, I don't mind that.
Robert Franklin likes Kane's first period and first period over 1.5. It's just a big friggin' line. But I'm going to take the under 6.5 as my first official play. All right, we're rolling here. Next game. This is an interesting one. I really want to hear what you have to say about it, Gogi. It's a pass for me. I want to hear your analysis. Pittsburgh Islanders, right? Pittsburgh was not good this year. Then they're off of 2 home wins, but both as a big favorite. Run of losses. But then you have the Islanders, who are also just not very good right now. They've lost 4 of 5. They are banged up. A lot of injuries for the Islanders. I won't go over all of it. The Islanders are small, moderately small home fave, and the total is 6. So I want to hear your analysis. It's a pass for me. I don't know how to break this game down. Both teams are kind of iffy right now. I wouldn't feel comfortable betting on either. I certainly wouldn't feel comfortable betting on the Islanders as a home fave, but I wouldn't feel comfortable betting on Pittsburgh getting only that line either after 2 home wins. What's your take on this one, Gogi?
Yeah, it's a bit of a shit show game. Islanders, biggest frauds in the league right now, next to maybe Nashville. But yeah, Pittsburgh 3-1, 2-1 win. That was against Montreal and Anaheim, though, Pete. Like 2 teams that not exactly it's scared too many teams. And the Islanders here, they're playing desperate. But like you said, Romanov, he's day-to-day. Riley's day-to-day after a nasty hit. Barzal is out. Pellick's out. Duclair's out. They're missing some bigger name players. So Sorokin, he's 0-2 at home against Detroit and Anaheim. 1.54 goals against, which I do like. But I had to do it. I think the Islanders here, as much as they want to try and play slow, they don't have as many players too that are used to playing on this team. I just want to quickly bring up the Islanders lineup for you guys here, because there's one player here. Yeah, it's Kyle McLean on the 4th, Cizikas. They got Holmstrom still on the 3rd. Where I went with this play, Pete, and I already bet it, and I'm a little hesitant on it, but I think there's going to be goals in the first period here. Both of these teams, they're not very strong defensively this year. Yeah, like the Islanders penalty kills at 33% at home. Like, what the hell is going on? Like that's I've never seen a stat that bad this far into the season. And then Pittsburgh, they're having at 85% penalty kill. Special teams is in Pittsburgh favor. Lineup, I would say, is in Pittsburgh favor. I would lean towards the Penguins, but I end up firing on both teams to score in the first period. I do think the Islanders will score here. And then it's Ned and Sorokin, who Ned's 0-2-1 on the road. He hasn't won on the road yet. So that's why it's tough to really trust Pittsburgh here. But I do think there'll be some goals here early, and 2 teams that kind of got to get their season going here. So I'm going to go both teams to score in the first period, plus 155. This is a really tough cap. It is a tough cap, because I could see the Islanders winning a lower scoring game, but that's been really tough to trust. And then the Pittsburgh Penguins are just missing rust. They're still a tough team to play against. So I like the both teams to score in the first period.
Okay, an interesting take. Let's move on. Next game, Tampa Bay and St. Louis, right? Tampa Bay off of 2 losses on their current road trip, but they had been good before that. Very high-scoring games in general. And St. Louis off of a nice win as a big home dog, but overall, they're a pretty mediocre team. They're getting a big home dog line here again, though. And Braden Point is out for Tampa Bay, so that's not good, right? I was thinking about Tampa Bay team total over, or Tampa Bay just to score a goal in the first period. Tampa Bay to put up some goals is what I was thinking about, even with Braden Point out. St. Louis has a lot of injuries. So, I'm leaning Tampa Bay goals, leaning Tampa Bay money line, even though it's a big favorite line on the road here. St. Louis is just very banged up, and they're off a nice win as a big home dog. So that's my take on it. I want to hear what you have to say about it. And of course, everyone in the comments section, what do you think?
Yeah, so Point looks like he is going to be out. They called up a guy from Syracuse here, Gage Gonçalves. So it looks like he is going to be able to line up points. Vasilevsky, though, we have a fresh Vasilevsky here, Pete. It was Johansson in the last game when they lost that 6-3. Whenever I got a fresh Vasi, even though he's on the road, got to be leaning towards the under here. Another stat too, guys. St. Louis 0% power play on the road, at home. So St. Louis has not been able to get their power play going. Yeah, you're missing Point for Tampa Bay on the power play, but I got to go with the Lightning here. Lightning here in regulation -103. The injuries too to St. Louis guys: Joseph, Broberg, Leddy, Thomas, Krug. Those are some bigger name players there for them, Pete. So I think the Lightning here on a bounce back with their top goaltender, who I do trust. They are 3-4 on the road, but I think this is a good spot to get St. Louis. And I actually took St. Louis's team total under 2.5, -109 as well. I don't see St. Louis doing a lot here quickly here when I brought up what they've done in the past couple games here. Yeah, 1 against Philadelphia, 1 against Ottawa, 2 against Montreal. They beat Toronto 4-2. They beat Toronto 5-1. That's really the only team they've beaten this year. Carolina as well. Then the shitty Islanders team. But for the most part, they're going to struggle against top teams. So I think Tampa Bay on a bounce back with their top goalie, coming off 2 losses as well, allowing more goals than they usually do. This should be a lower scoring game win for Tampa Bay.
Well, I'm taking Tampa Bay, but I don't know why you're like, oh, Vasilevsky's in it. I mean, he's been fine, but he's not fucking awesome this year.
No, but I want him after he was in net too for that Minnesota game. So he's coming off a loss. Their team's also coming off a 7-4 loss. Like they got their guy in net here. Like you wouldn't expect them to get their asses kicked in this game by any means. So lower scoring game. Vasi plays well, I think.
Well, I am going to take it. Second official play, Tampa Bay -1, -106. Tampa Bay -1, -106. I would love to take Tampa Bay, first period goal at like -200, or the team total over, maybe buying down to 3 at a favorite line. But I'll hold off on that one for now. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nothing. I just sipping coffee.
Okay. All right. Next game on the card. Where are we? Let's see. Oh, yeah. LA, Minnesota. There was no overnight line. I didn't even look at this one. Minnesota, of course, is a big favorite here. What's your take on this one? Anything?
I had to go with Minnesota in regulation here, Pete. They got Hartman back in the lineup. They're completely healthy. Power play or penalty kill could be a little bit better, but Gustafson's one of the best goalies in the NHL right now. Pete, Columbus, Tampa Bay, Toronto. He's 3-0 at home, .934 save percentage. Kings are also on a back-to-back. They look pretty good against Nashville. 3-0 win there with Kemper. Riddick's going to be going. He's got an .850 save percentage on the road, 3.3 goals against. Not something I really like here. 12% power play too for this team on a back-to-back. Give me Minnesota here, guys, in regulation +100. Team they're just a wagon right now, and I got a team on a back-to-back with their backup goalie. So I like Minnesota, Pete.
Okay, great. And Nut Flush 16. Nut Flush 16. Nut Flush 16. Try not to vote today. If you have to, I understand. But if you can all avoid it, please try not to vote Nut Flush 16. He likes Tampa Bay team total over 3.5 -106. Yeah, I might. I'll probably be on that one as well. All right. Next game on the card is here we go. Utah, Winnipeg. Winnipeg, of course, awesome, right? Won't even discuss that. Utah. Lost 6 of 7 right now, and all things considered, we see, this isn't the biggest favorite line of the card. There could be -300 lines, -350. All things considered, Winnipeg at just -210 or whatever struck me as curiously low, and now it's down even lower. Now it's under at a couple of these sites under -200. So that's interesting. Line moving slightly in Utah's favor. Utah, clearly not as bad as their one-loss record has been over the past 7 games or so, but Winnipeg, legit awesome. What's going on here, Gogi?
Well, it's just like a couple of these other teams. When they're a desperate team here in Utah, they lost, 7 of their last 9. So 5-4, 4-3, 3-2, 5-4. So there have been a lot of one-goal games as well. When they did win, they beat Calgary 5-1. They've been struggling on the road, though, here. but let's get to the pick here in this game. Hellebuck, he has looked great. It's just I think we're going to get a team in Utah that's going to score in the first period, Pete. But I don't exactly trust them defensively. Ingram, he's got a 4.1 goals against in 5 games on the road, so he hasn't been the strongest goalie on the road. That's kind of been his whole career, in my opinion. He's an AHL goalie, plays a lot better at home. And then the other side, Hellebuck, we all know he's a top 5 goalie really in this league, but I just think Utah, Pete, they're gonna I'd say dictate the pace the first 10 minutes. Expect them to score, and then Winnipeg to match it here. Plus 155. Yeah, it's Hellebuck, guys, but this team's feeling, a little fat and happy, as I like to say sometimes.
Sure.
7-4, 6-2, 6-2, 5-3, 4-3. Like, they're scoring, they're making it look easy, and they've got a team in Utah. They're thinking, these guys suck.
Yeah.
They lost 7 in their last 9. Utah's going to, I think, come out early here, score. I can see Winnipeg matching it. Going to be tough to beat, maybe Vass or Hellebuck 60 minutes, but early here, I expect Utah to come out firing. So both teams score.
Okay, both the Winnipeg favorite line and the total seemed a little low to me. Not that I bet it, but it was curious. Would have expected just a little bit higher on both. Let's see what the comment section has to say. And there you go. Nate Dogg likes Winnipeg over in Connor to score. All right, next game on the card: Seattle and Colorado. Right, Seattle had a nice, surprisingly good start to the season, but you see this a lot in the NHL. A mediocre or subpar team starting the season well with some surprising wins, and then they revert back to the form that everyone was expecting from them. They've lost 6 of 7, and their offense just isn't there. In most games, they're not getting to 3 goals, having problems scoring. Colorado lost 3 in a row now after 5 wins in a row. And those losses were not particularly forgivable. They do have a banged up lineup, right? So that's that's partly why that's been going on for Colorado. I believe that Lehkonen is supposed to come back for this game. So long term, that's nice. I don't know how important that is for this game. And I'd love to take Colorado here, but it is a high line. Colorado should be a desperate team here, even if they're not at full strength. Maybe they're a good bet at that favorite line. And I was thinking maybe a shot with the under, right? Seattle still won't be able to score. And Colorado, if they're going to get a win, maybe they clamp defensively a little bit. Leaning Colorado much stronger, leaning under. What do you think?
Well, so Vince Dunn, Pete, that's the guy, Lindsay Ontario. They haven't been able to get as many shots on net since he's really went down. 4-1 loss. They've been shut out the last 2 games. Team getting shut out the last 2 games. I don't expect it to happen again for 3 in a row here. They're playing Colorado. This is similar to the breakdown I have with Utah, Pete. I think Seattle, Dunn's out, but they gotta start. They can't go down 2-0, 1-0 in this game. They gotta dictate the pace. Power plays okay. Decord's been in net, decent numbers for Decord. Now the question too is it going to be a Noonan or Gorgiev? Both these goalies, Gorgiev, as we know, he's been quite bad at home. 4.17 goals against. And Noonan, 2 games, 3.77. Playing against Columbus and Ottawa. I similar play to those both teams to score, guys. I see Seattle coming out here on the Avalanche scoring, and then with Lehkonen back, that offensively, it might take a couple games, Pete, but he is on the power play too. So there should be some goals in this game, I would expect. And I remember taking Seattle last time when they came off 3 losses. They played Montreal. They beat them 8-2. I don't think they're going to score that many goals here, but they scored 3 goals against Montreal in like the first 10 minutes, if you guys remember. I think that was
they're also a big road favorite in that one.
They were, but I'm just in the same sense where they're coming off of 3-2, 4-3, 4-1 loss against good teams. And now they're coming off 2 shutout losses against Ottawa, who is playing much better, and then Boston, who we all know those are 2 road games. Another road game here another thing is the time zone too. So they're going to Colorado. It's not going to be easy for them, but first period here, Pete, I would expect this team is going to be humming. Now, Colorado with Lehkonen back, coming off 3 losses themselves. Goals. I think there'll be some goals in this game. And
really?
I'd be surprised if there's not, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that taking an under after a team has scored 1 goal total in their last 3 games is a little bit iffy. I don't know if this is where they can turn it around there. I was leaning Colorado, leaning under, but I'll hold off on official play for now. Let's see. Okay, and then the next game on the card, Vancouver and Anaheim. We only got one more game after this. Vancouver, Anaheim. Vancouver, big road favorite here, slumping a bit, probably overvalued right now. And in recent games, Anaheim subpar, but they can get a win here and there. And I was thinking, Anaheim as a big dog, Anaheim team total over, or Vancouver team total under. One way or another, it feels like Vancouver is once again a bit overvalued here as a big road favorite.
Yeah, likely no, Pete. He's played Florida, Philadelphia, Chicago, San Jose. He's 4-0 with a 1.74 goals against. So this guy is playing, for whatever reason, Lankinen, smaller sample size than what he's done in the NHL, but he is playing well right now. Joshua's still out. Dolstol, though, on the other side, this is a goalie similar, I'd say, to Wolf. He's a young up-and-comer for the Ducks. I don't mind this goalie. 2.76 goals against, 2-2 as well. Healthy team. The penalty kill, though, is 50% for the Ducks, which you can't allow this Vancouver team to go on the power play. Who, they're 4-1, 4-0 with Lankinen. Sorry, I lean to the under, Pete, under 6. I have here, but it's going to be a no play. It's going to be a no play here. I don't know what to do with this game. The Ducks actually schedule-wise here really quickly. What was it? They got at LA and then they're back home. Vancouver, that is, but Anaheim, this is their first of 5 games at home, so I don't know when they're going to turn it on. They got Minnesota the next game, Vegas, Detroit. I could see them beating one of those teams at home. Don't know what they're going to do with Vancouver after playing on the road for this is their second game back after losing 4-2 to Chicago. This is a tough game. I lean to the under. That's short and sweet. Lean to the under, guys.
If you lean to the under, which would you rather have? The Vancouver team total under at 3.5 minus 105, or Anaheim under 2.5 minus 119?
105 or 119 on it. I would go with the under on Anaheim.
All right. Well, I'm strongly go ahead.
No, that's a really tough one, Pete. You don't ask me easy questions.
That's right. You can just give a word salad if you want. I mean, hell, if you want to, go for it. What am I going to do? Word salads work. That's why people use them. All right, last game on the card, Columbus and San Jose. Columbus off 2 blowout losses. They were to excellent teams, though. And San Jose suddenly playing great and way undervalued. They had 3 wins, all as a huge dog. Then their last game, they were a massive dog, and they lost that one by 1. So clearly they were undervalued again in that game. How long is this likely to continue for San Jose? And now they got Celebrini coming back, I believe. Again, long-term, that's very good, I'm sure. This exact game, not exactly sure. Maybe this is where you want to fade him in his first game back. But San Jose, last 4 games, clearly way, way undervalued.
Yeah, they have been. These are 2 teams that I really hate betting on, especially if one of them are the favorite. Merzlikins, I don't know if it's Blackwood or Vanacek too, Pete. If Vanacek's going, I prefer Vanacek. He's got a 923 save percentage at home, 206 goals against. Going up against LA, Colorado, and the Kings. Got a much easier opponent here in the Blue Jackets. The injuries, though, Celebrini back will help eventually. I believe he is on the power play, but he's only had about 2-3 games. I think maybe a game under his belt in the NHL. So I lean towards Columbus in this game. But it's going to be a no play. If Blackwood's in, I would lean towards Columbus. Vanacek in, probably going to be a stay off. Dellandrea is still out. Couture, Carlson, Vlasic. It's always injuries with this team in San Jose. But it's going to be a no play. Lean to Columbus here, but I wish I had a better breakdown on this one, but unfortunately, I'd stay off this game.
No, I hear you. I mean, there's no way, even though San Jose is not a huge favorite in this game, they've clearly been way undervalued over the past bunch of games. All right. You have to run right now, Gogi?
No. What do you want? I got a couple more questions. What do you got?
Oh, no. All of a sudden, he's like, I'm enjoying being here. Sure, let's shoot this shit. No, I don't know. All right. I guess you want to review your official plays?
Sure. Let's get to the plays here. I got another nice tweet here for you guys. All right. First period, both team to score. That's what we're firing on. Some fun action for you guys. Ottawa, Buffalo, plus 150. Calgary, Montreal, plus 140. Pittsburgh, New York Islanders, plus 155. Utah, Winnipeg, plus 155 as well. Seattle, Colorado, plus 155. 3-way regulation bet here, so can't go to overtime. Tampa Bay Lightning, Minnesota Wild. Money line bet for you guys. I like Boston to beat Toronto here. Make it 9 in a row without Matthews. And then team total under. We're going the Blues under 2.5 at -109 against the Lightning tonight.
Sounds good. The only official plays I've given so far are two plays that I like the most for sure. Philly, Carolina, under 6.5, -126. Carolina, very good, but I don't know if they're going to want to run up the score here. And Philly has that new goalie. I think they're going to try to protect him. And also Tampa Bay, -1, -106. Braden Point is out, but St. Louis is off of a big home win as a home dog. Tampa Bay should be a little bit salty and desperate here. They got Vasi in and off a couple of losses. And even with Point out, I like Tampa Bay. So I like both of those plays very confidently. I'm fine if they both lose. And then I got a whole bunch of other plays that I'm leaning towards, not liking them quite as much. So I didn't make them official. Maybe I'll stick with just those two. Yeah, I guess that's it. You got to run, Gogi. All this, you got to run now.
I do, but I don't want to just cut it off like that. Rem Most, he's got the AHL question. So quickly here, Bakersfield and Calgary, Wranglers are going up against each other here. Calgary's 9-1, Bakersfield's 3-2, 2-1. Hottest team in the AHL right now playing in Calgary. And then the other games, Coachella Valley and Colorado. Colorado's got a couple players that have been called up. Coachella Valley sitting 3-4. Probably stay off that one. More games tomorrow for tomorrow's show. I'll have some more AHL tomorrow.
And DC Capper, NHL Play of the Day, Minnesota. Yeah, that's a game that I didn't personally look at, but you agree with that one, right, Gogi?
I like that. The back-to-back for the Kings and the Wild. Our healthy team got Hartman back, and the best goalie in the league right now, Gustafson's in net. So let's go Wild, baby.
Okay. You got to run, or what's going on? What's going on?
All right, I'm out of here. I'll see you next Tuesday, Pete.
You got to go. You got to go. All right. There you go. All right. So once again, Jose Bouquett, you listen to that. Were you capping the Cappers, or were you just like, I got to get out of here and vote?
No, I already did that last week, Pete. Don't you worry about that.
Okay.
No, I was listening to Gokster, and I was just trying to gauge how quickly did he had to leave for here. He's got to bend some sticks. Obviously, that Mr. Gokster, but shout out to Mr. Gokster. It was riveting stuff.
Riveting shit there. Okay, so if anyone in the comment section wants to we'll talk NHL catch-all for just a couple of minutes here. Once again, Philly, Carolina under 6.5, -126. I like that for the reasons I talked about. Tampa Bay, -1, -106, or if you want to take them in regulation, I like that one. I'm also leaning Tampa Bay team total over, which Nutflush 16 appears to endorse, and Tampa Bay to score in the first period at -200. And just the other plays I was thinking about, an Ottawa Buffalo over 6. I was thinking about Toronto now at -125 or -130 with Matthews out. Boston again off of 2 straight shutout wins. Toronto off 2 road losses, a bit underwhelming in general. Matthews out. Add it all up. That tells me that maybe Toronto's worth a shot as a small favorite. I was thinking about Calgary, but probably not. I'm going to pass on that one. Pitt Islanders total pass. Tampa Bay St. Louis. And then Utah Winnipeg is an interesting game, pass. And then the Seattle Colorado game. Man, Seattle might be desperate here, but it definitely feels like this is a good spot for Colorado, even at the high line and even with all the injuries. Vancouver, Anaheim, leaning under in that one. And that's about it. I think I'm just going to stick with my 2 official plays, Jose Bouquett. Keep it light. Let's see what people in the comments section is just saturated with some jokes. Is that hat?
Wait, he's talking about your hair, right?
Oh,
No, he's obviously talking about mine.
That's a really bad sign when someone makes an insulting comment like that, and you have no idea which one he's talking about. We gotta step shit up, Jose Bouquett. No matter who wins this damn election, we gotta step shit up. All right, New America coming up tomorrow. No matter who it is, we're gonna step shit up. All right.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe I'll get deported if someone wins. Who the fuck knows?
I mean, that would suck. It would also be hilarious. I hate it when there's something that's bad but also funny. It's you just don't know what to do. You want to be a good person, but you want to laugh in life. Laughter and jokes are important. Being good is important, but laughter is important too. So I don't even know. All right, Jose Bouquett. I guess we can wrap up NHL there. No NBA today. College basketball, I just didn't have a chance to look at because I was trying to I'm undecided. I was trying to figure out last night who I'm going to vote for. We do have college football here. Is Dabby Cab joining us or not?
No, his Wi-Fi is down because of
Okay.
tornadoes in his area. So
Fine.
I'd love to hear what you have to think about these games. If any games
All
you
right.
want to talk about.
Sure. Well, there is one game that I bet. First one is Bowling Green, Central Michigan. The other one I stayed off of. Everyone in the comments section, tell me what you think. Bowling Green, Central Michigan. First of all, the total has gone down because there is a wind expected here. But even despite that, Central Michigan has a lot of injuries on offense right now. Their offense just isn't very good at the moment. They got blown the F out on the road in their last game. They've been bad ATS all year long, but before last game, they were actually playing pretty close to their spreads. They're a huge home dog here, obviously. And Bowling Green, off of 2 huge wins, they're clearly turning it around. And I like the under here. I guess you could make an argument maybe for the Central Michigan team total under, but that's very, very low. There is going to be there could easily be like a backdoor cover on the spread, or Bowling Green maybe not being 100% motivated to win by 2 touchdowns. So I guess I'd be leaning Bowling Green on the spread. But the bet that I made, I took under at 48, and I bet the first half under at 24 as well. Bowling Green is definitely peaking. They have an offense that they've got a lot of. They got that quarterback. And then they've got a tight end who's probably going to be in the NFL. But they benefited from turnovers a little bit recently, and just in general, Central Michigan's issues on offense, I think, are likely to continue here. So I like the under full game and the first half under. I bet both of those, and those are the bets that I made. Let's see what line, and I'll make both. I'm sorry.
Do you want me to give you some market analysis here?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, Bowling Green, Central Michigan. Now, Pete, I'm not a math guy, so half of the I guess odds or whatever are blocked off here. So I can only tell you that 81% of the bets and 79% of the money are on Central Michigan there. So I don't know what the other side is. So there you go. There's that. And on the total here, only 17% of the bets and 21% of the money on the under there. So you can do the arithmetic and find out the percentage of bets. There's 79% of the money on the over in this game. It's very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I know that the total went down because of the wind, which as we know, a lot of times is overvalued as a factor. Yeah, the line has moved in Bowling Green's favor. I mean, Central Michigan is looking like they're having real issues offensively, a lot of injuries. And they're just going to be running a lot and probably not too effectively. And the total went down. Yeah, it was up in the low 50s. Now it looks like it's back up to like 49, and the first half is still where it is. All right, I'll make the full game under 49 minus 115, an official play. I'll add that one on there. Let's see.
It's nice to have Maction back in our lives here as well. This is the first week of like Maction on like a random weekday afternoon. So shout out to Maction here. Yeah.
God, I would love to buy up to 50. But no, I'll just take the 49 minus 115. It is headed up a little bit. It was 48 earlier. Now it's up to 49. The weather might be a little, but again, this is definitely not just because of the weather. It's also Central Michigan likely to at least be conservative on offense, if not feeble. And then Bowling Green probably not looking to run up the score too much. So I'll take that one. Also like in the first half under at 24, but I should probably hold off on that. I don't want to double up on this one. So there you go. That's an official play. Let's see what people in the comments section have to say. Philly Eagle Flower. Look at that. Bologna under one, first half under 1.5, and the Madrid game first half under 1.5. Wow, interesting.
Yeah, Pete, can I give you a Champions League play at the end of our college football?
Sure.
Okay, beautiful. I'll give you that. I'll tease that for you at the end of college football. I'll give that to you.
Okay, and look, there Ren Mo saying buy it up to 53 for minus 230. An insult like that, you know who he's talking about. He says he's not talking about you. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do that, Renmos, but that is funny. All right, and then the next game on the card is tougher one. Miami, Ohio, Ball State. Miami obviously rolling. They're the defending champs in the MAC. 3 straight margin wins and covers. They have all the tools, and they're definitely rolling. They started off the season, bad ATS, but their last 3 games have been what people were expecting from them this year. Ball State also been been good, and they've been good ATS all year long, but they're clearly statistically a significantly inferior team, which is why they're a big home dog here. They're off a big win against Northern Illinois at home. Miami's off a big margin win, but that was that was at home, and I think they will be still. It's not going to be a look ahead spot for them or anything like that. They're the better team. They should still be hungry here because of how they started the season. So I wanted to take somehow. It'd be Miami or nothing for me. I was thinking about Miami first half -6.5, maybe the old first half money line at -330 or something like that. But I don't like to really fade a team as a home dog that's also been undervalued and good ATS all year long. So it's, Miami is significantly better, but that's completely reflected in the line. So I haven't bet this one. I guess I'm going to pass. But Miami is, excellent. They match up very well, strength versus weakness with Ball State, so they should be able to roll. They got a running back who's running great. That's really improved their offense. And, Ball State, again, they're off that big win against Northern Illinois where they won the turnover battle 4-0. It was a last-second field goal where they won it on. So, God, I would love to take Miami somehow. Trying to talk myself into it. What do you think, Jose Bouquett?
Well, to help you out with that, there is my Ball State, very public dog today. 93% of the bets, 94% of the money on Ball State. And we've opened this line at, it says here, at 10.5, and it's gone up to 12.5, as you mentioned. So for me, it'd only be Miami, Ohio, or nothing here. I obviously have a soft spot for Ball State. I have a friend that coaches at Ball State. That's why I say that. But I've watched Ball State a few times. Their quarterback is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's funny when in these small programs, there's the whole rosters aren't getting NIL, dude. There's only like certain skill position players, and he's one of them, and he's good. California quarterback. But I do not think that Ball State's going to be in it today, unfortunately. That line movement with all the money on Ball State, very public dog. Seems like Miami, Ohio might roll them.
So he didn't tell you anything about this?
No.
He was like, no,
unfortunately not. No, when it comes to football season, he goes into hibernation and doesn't tell us jack shit about anything. But
that's the only time we need him.
Yeah, I know. We have a separate gambling group chat without him in there because NCAA violations. And it is a breeding ground for shit talking about Ball State sometimes, but it's very fun. I do often bet Ball State just because of him, but today would not be the day.
Violations, that's where the money is. If it wasn't illegal, you couldn't make any money from it. All right, I'm gonna take Miami, Ohio first half minus. I'm gonna buy down to 6 -1. I could take 6.5 -113, but I'm gonna take 6 -121 in case someone missed a field goal or whatever. And I would love to take the Miami first quarter money line -235. Jose Bouquet.
Okay,
think about that.
You said 235 -235 there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not surprised. You're just asking for it, Pete. You just want to see the video now.
I mean, why not?
Oh yeah. Uh-oh. Huh?
Man. R.I.P. to our guy.
Okay. All right, I'll just stick with the first half. Jared Bush says this is a trap game. Be careful. I guess he's saying trap game taking Miami, but Ball State is not like a feeble opponent. Which way is he saying it's a trap game? Yeah. I don't see like Ball State as a shitty team that you'd automatically want to fade, and therefore it's a trap. I don't like fading Ball State at all, but I will take it. And Lucky Lefty says likes Miami, Ohio first half -7. Okay. That's it. 2 plays. The Bowling Green game under 49 -115. Miami, Ohio first half -6 -121. Jared Bush says Miami, Ohio isn't a gimme. Definitely not. Absolutely not. Yeah. Definitely not. It makes me very uncomfortable. But I'm going to do it. I
believe in you, Pete. I believe in you. Real quick, Pete, before I tell you my Champions League football play of the day for you, Pete, I will remind everyone this month, it's the Alamo Card Show, November 16th and 17th here in San Antonio. I will be there. I'll be producing Betting with the Bag from there, doing live show from there, and it'll be fun. Get in here, collector's items, shoes, cards, etc., and we have a trade night that night as well, the 16th at the break room, so it'll be a lot of fun. Be there. I will be there. I have a new goal of trying to buy some Red Sox players to hopefully, save up some wealth for my children, obviously, Pete. Trying to give them enough Kyle Teal, Roman Anthony rookie cards to make them well off, I guess. But, Pete, are you ready for this?
Sorry. I thought, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'm waiting with bated breath.
Well, I mean, Philly Eagle Flyer obviously guessed it. It was an easy guess. Liverpool to win today, Pete. Minus 120, I saw it at. I went away from it just now to look at the college football odds. But I think I saw it at minus 120, and obviously that is regulation, if you guys don't know. Leverkusen playing okay. They're not, the unbeaten juggernaut they were last year, but this is purely a Leverkusen's coach was, I guess, the number one guy that all Liverpool fans wanted to come to Liverpool last year. Then they hired this Dutch guy named Arne Slot, and Jurgen Klopp endorses him. Now everyone is in love with him. But everyone in the fan base would have said that this guy is their number one pick to come and replace him here. And I think that it's just going to be a players and fans kind of coming together for the coach that is in there now, instead of kind of lamenting that they don't have this guy. And it's not just because, he's a great guy and whatever. It's because Liverpool's been playing really well this year, top of the league in the Premier League. So I expect them to win this game. And, it's not asking like too much. I'm not asking for, team total over whatever. Just win this game. Minus 120 for me. Pete, I know you love some juice, so Liverpool or draw here, minus 450. I'm sure might interest you, but yeah, I do think Liverpool wins today.
Yeah, it looks like there's been market movement in against Liverpool, though, hasn't there been?
I don't know. I don't study the markets in soccer, unfortunately. I don't get action. Doesn't give you bet percentages and such for them here.
At the very least, there's been a 30-cent move to their team total under. That I can since last night. That I can tell you for sure.
Yeah, I could see Philly Eagle Flyer saying Liverpool will draw. That is,
but yeah, I mean, it's the unders in some of these and there's also been a Borussia Dortmund team total under move since last night, about 20 cents for them. It looks like these big favorites have had their team totals bet down, which is very interesting. I was thinking that, Real Madrid maybe over 1.5 at some big favorite line. It's interesting. Yeah. Are there any other Champions League games that you looked at that you think are interesting for any reason?
Yes. Let me look and see real quick. It's funny because the Champions League is in its new format this year. It's in a league, etc. We all know that at this point, kind of what it is. So the games like right now don't really feel that big. But I find it to be fascinating that we're getting at least some interesting games here. Let me see here. I'm about to sneeze, so give me 1 second.
That's okay.
Ooh, there we go. I got it out. All right. I do not hate taking Inter today against Arsenal. Arsenal kind of sputtering as of late. Don't think we're getting Declan Rice in the lineup as well.
Yeah, that's tomorrow, pal. That's tomorrow, pal.
Oh, okay. I scrolled too far then for you. Yeah. Sorry. Then I'll scroll back up, and I will tell you the other Italian team that I don't hate either. It's a bigger underdog. But AC Milan, I don't hate either against Real Madrid. Real Madrid, who just got shit pumped by Barcelona. I don't think they're as juggernauty as we've seen in the past few years. And I think that the what am I getting here? Plus 500 regulation is ridiculous. I don't hate plus 180 AC Milan or draw as well. That would probably be my play in this. And even I would love to look and see what a team total is in this.
Or how about both teams to score at like minus 160?
Yeah. I looked at it. I'm looking at it right now. BetMGM has minus 175, so you're in good shape there. I'll tell you that. You could do shout out to our guy Alex, the Alex Classic. Put that both teams to score and over 2.5 goals there. That's the
for that game.
Classic. You could, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. I don't know if he's posted that, but I'm saying you can do that.
Okay.
His Alex Classic. You know, I saw you got excited there, Pete.
Well, I thought that was his actual play. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do like AC Milan in that game for today. If I had to make 2 bets, those would be my 2. I'm on Liverpool. You can make that official, people in the chat. I know we don't really track soccer action here, but I am on it. So
I'm thinking both teams to score minus 160. Not a bad play right there. What do you think, Jose Bouquett?
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
This is totally unexpected, but this is what we do here. Skunt Blaster likes PSV. Yes, I was thinking that as well. He's looking on the money line. I actually did bet that a little bit at minus 300. I did. Draw no bet. I bet it at minus 300.
Of course you did. PSV, Liverpool, both teams to score. I like that Skunt Blaster as well. I definitely like that. Real Madrid money line parlayed at plus 290, and Philly Eagle Flyer also on PSV as well.
You know what? Fuck it. Let's. I'm going to add this onto my official record. Fuck it. The AC Milan game, both teams to score. Yes, minus 160. Oh yeah.
Interesting. By the way, Pete, I find it interesting just from a gambling perspective. Truth Teller is going to tell us he has gambling advice for the election. I will say I've had friends in both of the last 2 elections make $10,000 at least betting the election, just live betting the election.
Yeah.
And so that's the crazy part about it. Live bet, you can being able to live bet it and all that stuff. You can make a lot of money there. So good luck to everyone tonight.
I remember at my old job, I had to cover election politics. I mean, the election betting. I forgot which year, so I looked into it, and I realized that if you have the time to look into it, kind of know what to look for. There were some very, very obvious. Again, not locks, because there's no locks in anything, but some very obvious value in like the states and yeah, it looks like at one of our offshores here, Trump still a big favorite here. Let's see. Let's check out. Let's go for the no vig calculator.
I've been following the like guys at BetMGM and other places that tweet out that stuff. Well, I guess I follow them more for like them telling us who the public dogs are for that week, etc., and then just throw that stuff in there. And it's hilarious to me watching the line movement. Like I saw Trump was minus 225 like 2 weeks ago, and then and then it comes down, and then it goes back up, and it's funny because then I see everyone that's betting this, and if you're betting it big, you're betting Trump, and it's just like, of course that's why the line's moving, but it's just like crazy to see all these bets on. I'm like, God damn, $10,000 on an election, Jesus.
I mean, yeah. In general, I fade communists in United States elections, which is not, I've lost money doing that, but that's just my strategy for now.
Yeah, I'm sure you were there with McCarthy. You were there, just battling the communists back then. I respect it.
But I mean, communists off of 2 straight election losses are actually a good bet in the United States elections, which I didn't realize until. But we'll see. We'll see how this turns out. Looks like Trump's still 61.5%. In the market, and we'll wrap this show up very quickly. But if anyone who followed this noticed that the Trump odds just exploded like 2 or 3 weeks before the election, and there was a very interesting thread on Twitter where one guy kind of figured out who it was, and I think he's probably right. He thinks it was this like French, a Wall Street guy, probably from France or like Switzerland or something, who just bet like $10 million with multiple accounts, and that's what drove the line up. That it wasn't multiple people betting; it was just one guy who bet $10 million in multiple accounts. And I'm sure that thread is still there, but it's pretty interesting. You should find it. It's a very interesting read how this guy, just a little look behind the scenes at what drives these markets.
Yeah, especially election markets when it's just primarily based on money. It's all based on who's getting bet and what stuff. So yeah, it's fascinating, but. Yeah,
as of right now,
luck, everyone.
12 noon, I'm still seeing Trump 61.5% in the betting markets. All right, That wraps up today's show. Let me go over my official plays. I just got 5. Philly, Carolina in the NHL, under 6.5, -126. Tampa Bay, -1, -106. College football, Bowling Green game, under 49, -115. Miami, Ohio, first half, -6, -121, which is treacherous, but I'm going with it. And then we threw on the AC Milan game, both teams to score. Yes, -160. 5 plays, Jose Bouquett.
5 plays. Well, it's beautiful, Pete. I only got the 1. So good luck, everyone. And King
Great
Al
show.
asking about college basketball. We're getting to that later in the season, King Al.
Yes, I will. I just didn't have time to get into it, but we will definitely get into it in future shows. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. We'll see you next Tuesday.